Naukri is more than 20 years old. So we were actually born at a time when there was no venture capital available, actually. People didn't really understand what startups were. Our advice to startups, entrepreneurs, people inside the company who work with us has always been focus on the customer, focus on solving a problem, focus on building a business, and success will come.
But as you look forward now, whether it's for your own businesses or for some of your, dare I say, portfolio companies or investee companies, the businesses that you're in lend themselves to, well, you could say disruption or you could say innovation with the advent of artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Already mobility's done the first wave of disruption, and you folks, I dare say, have kind of ridden through that quite nicely. What are the discussions internally with respect to the new wave of technology coming through? And especially in the recruitment space, there's so much talk here, so much hype.
It's a very good question, and our view, and personally my view at least on this topic, is that every time there's a new technology trend, it can be very disruptive, but it can also be a big opportunity. So 25 years ago, the internet was a new technology trend, and Naukri was born because of the internet. Had there been no internet, Naukri would not have existed.
Correct.
Right? 18 years ago, Google was a big thing. Search was very disruptive. And actually, we got our act together on stuff like search engine optimization, search engine marketing before many others did. And that actually took our business to the next level.
Got it.
Fast forward a few years, social media. That bus we tried, but we couldn't figure it out. We missed that bus.
Okay.
And you got a LinkedIn, right? We are all. And we got a Facebook. We also got a LinkedIn in the recruitment space, right? Mobile, you said, like you mentioned, we got that right, and luckily, we got it right in time. And today, in all our verticals, 80-90% of the traffic is on the phone.
80-90%.
Yeah,
wow.
in site like Jeevan Saathi, more than 90%.
Wow.
Right, Naukri, even where you have to make your resume.
People sitting in the office looking for partners.
Exactly. Right. So because we got it right, we have many more users today. We have a lot more time being spent on our platforms. As one looks ahead, there are some trends that are clearly visible, some which will become visible over a period of time. AI, machine learning, data science. Big opportunity, can be very disruptive. We are sitting on tons of data. We can do a lot with that data. Problems we've had with our experience for years, consumer experience, customer experience, a lot of those problems can be solved if we apply the right sort of algorithms using machine learning and so on and so forth. So big opportunity, video, again becoming very, very big. Huge opportunity. All of India is on video, right? Watching video, making videos. So maybe we can take our experience, the profiles we have on our platform, to the next level. So these are all big opportunities if you can encash them. But if you are not able to figure them out in time, you could get disrupted.
So, you talk about video. It would be not so long ago when this conversation would have been printed.
Exactly.
Rather than put up for viewing, and so even in our industry is the same transition happening. I do want to just pick up on that. Traditionally, one reads and one has also seen companies which have tasted enormous success, like InfoEdge have had the most difficulty in responding to these new disruptions. As a CEO, how do you make sure that your team is, right behind you as you're making these kinds of transitions there?
So, very good question once again. See, the number one thing which happens when there's a new trend is there aren't enough people to understand that trend. There aren't enough, for example, AI engineers available today to work on AI. There aren't enough data scientists available if you want them to work on, good data science stuff. So, you have to first be aware of this, be conscious of this. Two, you have to sort of get these people. Now, how do you get these people? There aren't that many people available in the market, right? So whatever is available, you try and get into your company. So you have to ensure that you create the right environment, you have the right brand, you have the right image so that you can attract these people because there are many people chasing them. And even more importantly, you have to train and retrain the people inside your company and get them to do this stuff for you, right? Because if they don't, and if they become very comfortable, then over time they become irrelevant.
Correct.
Right? Correct. When this mobile transition happened many years ago, when we wanted to build a mobile app for ourselves, I remember I went to a few developers inside and they said, can you build this for us? So nobody raised their hand, right? And they all wanted to work on desktop, right? So actually the first app we got built from outside.
Wow.
But it was a poor quality app because even those guys don't really understand how to build a great app.
Sure.
And then luckily for us, we got a few good designers in and then we were able to pump up the team inside and some people put up their hand and we were able to do a good job. And then over time, over a 2-3 year period, everybody sort of upgraded themselves and
success breeded success.
Exactly, right? Okay. But I think it's important to catch these trends early and to sort of be conscious of the fact that people are not going to be easily available. So get whoever you can, create the right environment, and also upgrade the talent inside the company so that they start learning these new skills.
And when you talk about upgrading talent, I just want to turn the page a little bit. Not very widely known, but you've been a huge contributor to our, dare I say, decrepit higher education system in a very positive way. With first being one of the prime movers behind Ashoka University on the liberal arts side of the house, and now more recently the announcement of Plaksha. Tell us a little bit about that. What drove you into that, first of all? And by the way, thank you, because as a citizen, we desperately need more higher quality educational institutions. Tell us a little bit about that journey as well.
Yeah, so again, my thought process here was very simple. Like I said, God has been kind. One is where one is today, but things could have easily turned out to be very different. Many things happened the way they happened, they could have very easily turned out the other way. So of course, luck and destiny and serendipity has played a role. And the other thing which has really helped us and people like us get to where we are today is higher education, high quality education. Right from the Christian missionary school I went to IIT to IIM, education was always subsidized for us. Right? We didn't realize it at that time.
Correct.
But now when one looks back, education was highly subsidized. And higher education today is not easy to get. Good high quality education today is not easy to get. It's impossible to get into good universities. They become so competitive. Universities haven't kept pace with what changes outside. So my thought was very simple. Just like somebody subsidized something for me, why can't I do it for others?
It's a wonderful thought. Right? Just pay it forward, so to say.
Exactly. And that's how one sort of got into Ashoka, because I met a few people who were doing a great job. I sort of instantly felt that I should associate with this movement. And now that Ashoka has sort of reached a certain size and scale at a certain level, then a bunch of us got together and said, why not do the same thing for technical education? And which is why how the idea of Plaksha was born.
So Hitesh, of course, Ashoka has now established itself as a dare I say, a world-class institution, attracting amazing professors and on the back of it, great students as well. Plaksha is, of course, work in progress. So where has it reached?
Actually, we've made a lot of progress in the last couple of years. We've rolled out 2 programs already. One for school kids, the summer program we have for 2 weeks every year at Pathways in Gurgaon. And we just we have a 1-year fellowship going on right now as we speak in Gurgaon. Masters in 1 year in partnership with UC Berkeley in AI and machine learning.
Oh, wow.
This batch will graduate next year.
Some of them getting hired into Info Edge, hopefully.
Well, hopefully.
Okay.
And work has started on the site, the project site, next to the Chandigarh International Airport in Mohali.
Oh, right, okay.
So we are, if things go as planned, then the undergrad batch should be able to enter in 2021.
That's fantastic. Well, best of luck with that.
Thank you.
And finally, when I was sort of doing some research for this conversation, I discovered you're also a very keen runner, right? You're running 10Ks and half marathons and God knows what else. In this, whether it's the heat of the summers in a lovely city or, sadly the pollution of the winters, quite a challenging task to take up for yourself as well. How much do you enjoy running?
Actually, I was not doing anything for my fitness till about 5-6 years ago. And I got a root shock. My health was going down. I had back pain. I had chronic asthma. And some of these things creep up on you. You don't realize them. You're busy doing various other things. And then what happened one sort of summer was that I went for swimming. And I swam for 2 months, right? And everything disappeared. All my problems went away.
Right.
So I attributed that to swimming. Right? So I swam for a few months, but then winter hit. Hard to swim in Delhi in winter. So I met a bunch of friends from school at the 25th year reunion or 20-year reunion, I think, or 25th year
25th
reunion. And they were into running, and then I sort of joined that group. We created a WhatsApp group called Tenawares, which is still active. And that's how one got into fit. So one thing led to another, then running in the winters, and then triathlons, and now I sort of enjoy.
It's become part of your regular lifestyle. Yes. That's wonderful. Yes. Long may it continue, and I'll draw some inspiration from that here. Let me hand over to you to conclude our conversation today, Hitesh, right? I mean, we as a nation, we're going through a little bit of a tough time economically. But we're also a very young nation, and lots of amazing businesses popping out. I mean, you're running one, but also you've helped incubate some others. What message would you like to give to our viewers when you look out maybe the next 5-10 years? Where do you see yourself as a professional, as an entrepreneur, info edge, and indeed, India as a country, where do you see us going?
No. See, like I said, there are business cycles, but these are cycles. So there will be ups and downs. We've seen a few cycles. We are in a cycle right now, maybe 2-3 quarters of slow growth. And then the country will be back to growing, if not at 7-8%, maybe at 6%. Now, whether you grow at 6 or 7 or 8%, the truth is that 10 years from now, India will be a very large economy, right? Like 20 years ago, we could not imagine having, a business as large as this. Right? Similarly, 20 years from now or 10 years from now, there will be multiple large companies out there who do not even exist today. These companies don't even exist today, but they'll be very large companies 10 years, 15 years from now. Because as the economy grows, you're a $2.5 trillion economy, maybe you'll become a $5 trillion, $6 trillion, $8 trillion economy. There are lots of opportunities. Lots of opportunities to create lots of businesses. Just to give you a sense, Naukri, we work with 75,000 companies in India today. The #1 job board in China works with over 500,000 companies. 500,000? 500,000.
Wow.
That's how big the
So
Chinese
that's your run rate
economy is,
right there.
So imagine how many new companies are going to get created over the next few years. So that's the #1. The second thing, of course, is that things are changing very rapidly. Thanks to the internet, thanks to all the new things around us. Every industry is going to get disrupted as we speak. It's already happening. We can all feel it. Now, every time there is disruption, it's hard on the incumbents, but it's a great opportunity for people who are going to disrupt. For all the new sort of people who are going to join the workforce, if they start working for some of these companies, they're going to be disruptors of tomorrow. Many of them will be very, very successful because they have the opportunity for a lifetime. You don't get it very often. And there are so many in so many areas: robotics, AI, machine learning, 3D printing, driverless cars.
Consumer, for example.
Everywhere.
All
there is disruption. So, as far as InfoEdge is concerned, as far as I'm concerned, I still love my job. I still love going to work.
Wonderful.
Hopefully that will continue. There's a lot of opportunity in the verticals we are already in. There's a lot of, we are already doing some M&As. We are sort of doing various things happening in all our verticals. People think, jobs, these are all multi-billion-dollar categories. We get them right. So there's a lot to do. Until the time I enjoy going to work, I will keep going to work. Until then, and we've not, also what we've done at InfoEdge is hired a very good sort of second line. So we have now excellent mid leaders both at the middle level and at the senior level who we've brought in over the last 8-10 years, who've gained a lot of experience and who run the daily operation. So till the time I can add value to them, I'll continue.
Well, that's a lovely note to finish on, and I'm sure they'll look forward to you mentoring them and coaching them in the years ahead. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Pleasure to have you with us here.
Same.
Folks, that concludes the opening episode of the Corner Office Conversations. I hope you enjoyed seeing and hearing this video as much as I enjoyed chatting with Hitesh. All the best for the future, sir. And thank you very much for viewing. Cheers. Bye-bye.